Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Barbarian and this is Crusader Kings 2 and we return here today with King Aragorn of Pas-de-Calais. King Aragorn, the Great Stag actually, and he is 59 years old, so I suspect that we won't have him too much longer. After that we have Faramir, who is a bit of a failure, let's just put it like that, primarily because he doesn't have any children, meaning it would afterwards fall to Boromir, the better of the two sons, but don't let me tell you that, you already know that, at least if you know anything about Lord of the Rings. If you don't, then that's also fine, but do watch the movies or read the books, they are very good. Now with all that being said, I was asked in the comments quite a bit, you know, hey, what is this world? What is going on? I don't understand anything. Is there any lore that I need to read up? Is this like a fantasy game? What is going on? Now let me explain a bit what After the End as like a franchise, and let's be honest here, it's not really a franchise, it's a mod franchise, you could say, what it is all about. Imagine something happens in the 1990s, maybe the 1980s, it is never actually specified when this happens, but imagine something happens, it is called the event, and it is all about the destruction of the entire world. All the governments, all the, you know, regional power and whatnot, they all fall apart, and technology becomes unusable all of a sudden. Now with all that being said, of course, the people that are now remaining, you know, the survivors, they say we need to make sense of the world, we need to come to a conclusion to how everything works and why we are, who our ancestors were, and what we're doing in this world. And now imagine if all of a sudden, in, you know, your right ear, you would hear Willy Wonka saying strange things. And while you're writing your story about how those descendants, those survivors, make their way into the world, Willy Wonka just keeps whispering strange things into your ear. And what comes out are the highly misguided and the highly confused citizens of what I would call modern day Europe, or rather, you know, after the end. For example, imagine you write, you know, about a people finding old books, but then those books turn out to be works of fiction. For example, you know, the Three Musketeers or Lord of the Rings or Narnia, that sort of stuff, and they think those are, you know, the stories of their ancestors. That is one of those things. Essentially, right, everything becomes a bit confusing. And then on top of that, of course, you know, the Bavarians finding Audi and saying, hey, this is our real home. Or over here, you know, them seeing a statue of Call for the Motherland, or the Motherland Calls, and thinking, you know what? Stalin must have been a prophet, and we shall serve his will. All of those things essentially are people that try to make sense of a devastating situation, and they come up with complete nonsense. That is After the End. There is, you know, a lot of funny lore, a lot of exciting lore in here. There's some semi-serious lore, you know, for example, this cult, I was informed, the Palmarians, they actually exist in real life, and my god, they actually do appear to be incredibly crazy, but all of that aside, of course, it is mostly, you know, a mod that doesn't take itself too seriously, and I think that is very nice for the mod franchise as a whole. I always appreciated that After the End, and I think After the End Old World really does that justice. Now, with that being said, I do have some ambitions today, of course, and those ambitions primarily are focused around the south of France, because I want to take, or rather the centerpiece of France, I guess, because I want to take those over. I want to make sure that neither the rebellion, or rather the revolution, nor Britannia can expand into that territory. That is really what I want to do as King Aragorn the Great Stag. I would assume that Faramir Bonaparte, as someone of course very involved in the business of the day-to-day ruling over Pas-de-Calais, and that he will also have the similar goal, but you know, whether he would actually do that is something else. We will figure out what we're going to do. First of all, let's just survive the sickness, shall we? Birth of the KGB. Would you look at that? Word is spreading that a man named Vladimir Sulin has found ancient lore that he connects with his ridiculous heresy, the Stalinist faith. Through secret training, his men have become lethal killers and have managed to seize a castle in western Russia. Already many of his open opponents have died in mysterious circumstances, all tracing back to this new organization that calls itself the KGB. These fools are harmless. I mean, they will be harmless for us, which is good news, but I assume not for everyone over there. Now, once the sickness goes away, I'm honestly kind of thinking of going to war against Britannia, although I'm not sure that that is a solid decision. But look at our troops. We have quite the healthy amount of troops at this point, and I feel like it is not the worst choice. And you know what? I think it might actually be time. Lord Protector Charles of Britannia declared a war against King Henri of the Netherlands in the British War to make King Henri of the Netherlands pay tribute. And I think this is the perfect point to start our own war. To go for Paris, because if we conquer Paris, then we can actually go ahead and do something incredible. And by that, of course, I mean we could go ahead and form Gondor. This quickly, I did not expect that, especially not with a character that is already this old. But you know what? We shall do what must be done. And I hope that we can achieve this. We have a Holy Order. See, I did not actually know this, but I don't think I'm going to recruit him. If anything, I would rather recruit, you know, some of these fellas here. Maybe you seem fairly cheap. How much money are we making? 21 is probably going to go down to like 10 or something. Let's just assemble the troops and then we're going to talk about who we hire. I need to know how much money I'm actually making. Well, oh yeah, we are making no money once I raise my troops. But, you know, judging by the fact that they have about 11k and they are fighting the Netherlands, although they are successful, I think we could be fine. I think we have a decent chance to be fine. And, you know, honestly, I'm actually going to play it quite safe, I think. I will hire someone, the Remover Hunters. What a name. Oh, right, I thought they were Removen and Hunters, but they hunt Removens. Fair, you know, fair enough. What can you say? You're hired. You are hired, my dear friend. Let's do this. Let's make this happen. Now, luckily, we are a member of our society, of course, and I will use this stand together ability. Ask for help from the Fellowship of the Rings, hoping one of their warriors will assemble a band of mercenaries to aid in your war. We lose 300 renown and will assemble an army to the capital. That is really cool. My brothers and sisters of the Fellowship of the Rings have heeded my call to action. A valiant follower has assembled a host of warriors to aid me in the ongoing war. Seriously, we get about... Wait, what? Those are not 300 troops. This is way better. This is amazing. Wait, do I pay for this? How much do you cost? Wait a minute. This is actually amazing. Is this free? No way, right? Oh god. Yeah, this is beautiful. All right. Yeah, we can work with that. We can definitely work with that, I think. Does that cost? This costs me nothing. Although we do have a big revolt now, it appears. Why don't we just, you know, just defeat that revolt and then we move on. Let's defeat the army of Galahad. What a cool name, by the way. There he is, Galahad, commander of Britannia. But this will be... He is known as the ring bearer. Wait a minute. He doesn't have the ring, though. Oh, man. Cool nickname. I love that. The Battle of Vermandois. My troops are performing with excellence and my chest is swelling with pride as we keep pressing forward. I turn back to answer the call of a soldier nearby when suddenly there's a sharp pain in my eye. Gritting my teeth, I hear an enemy shouting, "Stay down, you filthy invalid." Excuse me? I'm a bit worse, I guess, but I don't want to be captured. We cannot accept being captured here, so I think I'm gonna take the black eye here and, you know, the health going down a bit. That's okay. I'm playing it safe, especially because they are sacrificing their troops. What are you doing, Britannia? Yep, they just sacrificed their troops. Very cool. I like it. I can't invest that money. That's okay. Look at this. Yeah, this is a beauty. Oh, wow. I will sacrifice... Oh, I shouldn't sacrifice you. I could ransom you, right? For 145 gold, and he's a hexagrammist. This character regularly plays a sacred ancient strategy game that is played on hexagrams. Perfect. I will capture you. I won't sacrifice you. I will simply ransom you. And now we are in. We have defeated the British, and the British are seeing defeat everywhere. Look at that. Nathan of Summer Queen Uprising and British Summer Queen Revolt. What is this all about? 4k troops, and he is the Summer Queen heresy. Followers of the Summer Queen believe that long ago in Avalon, the Queen married a mighty and noble knight. The Queen was given dominion over the summer, and the knight became the King of Winter. Celebrations usually include Morris dancing, maypoles, wickermen, and vast amounts of cider. The Summer Queen grants health and prosperity of to her followers, while the Winter King protects the people from invaders and evil fairy with his magical sword Excalibur. That is really cool twisting of the, you know, local myths that were established on the British Isles. That's pretty cool. I like that. I hope that they will succeed, because most of the British troops are indeed down here and just got defeated by me. Now let's actually make this happen. Let's finish this war by taking Paris. And hopefully establishing that we are the rightful rulers over all that is France and, you know, well, Gondor. Let's destroy them. We do get the river crossing, but we are fighting the Emperor, the Lord Protector. You know, gotta say, the Lord Protector himself. And I think this will be a very clear victory. Oh, no, they killed Faramir. Oh, no, they did not. He just died to camp fever. Well, that's fair. Boromir, the ring bearer, is now our heir. You know what? I'll take it. It's not a Walton, but it is close enough, I think. So, I'm happy with it. Yeah, look at that. This is a victory. A very much deserved victory. Paris is under our control, and Paris will probably become our new capital. At least I would love for it to become a new capital. I'm going to assault it down here. It should be fairly quick, and we can now look towards actually making this happen. I can't believe how quick Britannia collapsed. I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to, you know, to get Paris in any moment. I was petrified, you could even say, but here we are, and I'll take that victory. Rise of the German Confederation. For centuries, Germany has been splintered, divided between petty kings, tribal warlords, and scattered city-states. The state of disunity has allowed Germans to be subjected to tyranny, and at last something has been done about it. Many of the German princes have united together to form a great confederation, a loose alliance owing nominal loyalty to Kaiser Bernd. Good name. Kaiser Bernd. The new union should allow all Germans to unite their forces for the defense of their homeland, but it remains to be seen if this idealistic dream will endure, or if it will evaporate like the dew on the banks of the Rhine. You know, Kaiser Bernd really reminds me of After the End, where there are people like Emperor Chad. It's just like Emperor Brad. It's great, because those are not names that you would expect emperors to have, just because they are much more modern. Or, well, Bernd is modern, but it's certainly not a royalty name. Very good name, though, you know, hey, Bernd das Brot, you know, it's an ideal to live by. Now, either way, Kaiser Bernd is the ruler of the German Confederation. I love what they did with these beautiful things right here, with the sigils. And they are a confederation, less of a state than a closely bound network of autonomous allies sworn to defend each other in times of crisis. Confederations are held by an elected ruler who exercises a position of nominal sovereignty over the others. However, this power is largely ceremonial, and only within this domain can the monarch exercise his typical sovereign policies. Confederation leaders cannot interfere in the religious policies of their subjects. Confederations benefit from being able to administer almost any type of realm through decentralization, as well as being able to call upon all of their vassals in time of crisis. Oh, so they can actually call everybody in, similar to tribal rulers. And look at that. Yeah, they all bounded together except Swabia, Alsace, Bavaria, I guess the Austrians as well, and of course Prussia. But the Prussians are true animals, and they will never cooperate with anyone. Let's be real, that's just how they work. This reminds me of an ancient legend, and not a pleasant one. Not a pleasant one indeed. France! You know, House Bonaparte may have to show the Germans yet again who is the overlord of Europe. And I think we can do that once we kick the Britons out of Paris, where they, of course, do not belong. And so, Paris has fallen completely. Now, with Paris, of course, having fallen completely, we can look towards the ticking war score, and we can look towards the future of an established Gondor, of a free Gondor, and of the ousting of the Britons. Beautiful. Now, I will also say that Aquitaine and that the rebellion here under our dear spooky dictator Gilbert is not faring too well. I think they just lost the war here. This truce was signed after the restoration of the borders of Aquitaine. It was won by King Philippe II of Poitiers, so he won it. This child won this war, and the revolution appears to have been stopped, although they are back up to 14k troops. My god, that is quite the number. Yeah, their domain, look at this. He has 10 domain titles and 14k troops. Well, we'll see how it goes. I can only hope that it will turn out well, but honestly, I don't have too much hope. The rebellion still, or the revolution, I should say, still appears to be quite strong, but look at this. Paris is ours. I have taken it, and I deserve having taken it. Now, we'll hand this out, and then we still have to hand out something, and I think we're probably going to give Walton some land here. You know, what is Walton's right? What will he get? He will get Lyon and Paris. And I'm going to move my capital, of course, to Paris. That shall be ours. Nobody will get Paris. And then I think I'm going to give Walton Lyon. Why does he still get Paris? Are you crazy? No, Paris is mine. Well, either way. Look at this. Restore the kingdom of Gondor. The kingdom of Gondor was cruelly destroyed by the British invaders. Now that we have retaken Paris, we can reform this great kingdom and begin this reconquest of our native home. Kingdom of Gondor. You are mine, and my color is okay. Honestly, at first I was like, it doesn't look nice, but now I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm kind of okay with this. And look at that, King Aragorn, the Great Stag of Gondor. I wish I had a crown to go with it, but honestly, being the King of Gondor already is quite nice. And then we have found the European Union, or restore the European Union. Legends tell of ancient times when all of Europe stood united as one. Perhaps a significantly powerful ruler may bring those times back. An interesting path, but I think we're going to go with restore the crown of the White Tree. Mighty Numenor once stretched from the Pyrenees to the polders of Holland. That great empire spread the novelist faith throughout the land, but the wicked British utterly destroyed it. Now that we have reclaimed much of our ancient glory, we can once again crown ourselves as High King of Numenor. What do we need here? We need Paris, we need Provence, and we need Provence. Oh, that's really it. So we need to have a certain size, and then we need to hold Provence. So we need to expand down there, which we wanted to do anyway, because we need to reform the faith eventually. Very nice. This is incredibly promising. Gondor is back, baby. Now, I am a fair ruler, and I am a fair father, so I shall give Arathorn, who will not directly inherit the crown of Gondor, the county of Clermont, I want to say, no, of Auxerre, there you go. You shall have this county, and quite frankly, you shall also have the Duchy of Grand Est, although I don't like that this appears to give away Lyon. I mean, honestly, the trade post isn't doing too much for us, at least I don't think it is. Yeah, $4 a year is nothing, so even if I were to give this away right now, I think that would be fine. We could live without it. So you shall get the Duchy of Grand Est, and you shall be happy with it. Did he actually get it? No, I kept it. Very nice, because honestly, he does not deserve that. Why did I keep this? Oh, I kept that on the technical term, I suppose. My god, everything will still be split up. Actually, let's have some time pass here. I think we may be in the clear. Either way, we can dissolve our troops, and Paris is the new and eternal capital of Gondor. Let's go. I really like the aesthetics of our white tree, you know, the famous white tree, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna show that aesthetic to our neighbors, because they surely aren't aware yet that we have this cool flag. So why don't we go and raid a bit over here in Amu. Wait, is Amu the right religion? What are you? Oh, they're Swiss. Yeah, they're Swiss. Yeah, get them out of here. So now that I have gotten rich by plundering, I think it is time that we declare war against Switzerland. They have barely any troops and we need to take control of Genevois, because Genevois is one of our holy sites. And you know the drill. We need to take Provence, we need to take everything that makes up Numenor, of course, but I also need to go on and reform the faith. The war against Switzerland is over and we won it as quickly as, of course, it has begun. And with that, we are now in possession of 2 beautiful holy sites of the Novelist faith. We just need 1 more, and that last one will of course be down here in Provence. I don't think that we can reasonably assume to get London, or well, Middlesex. See, the British confuse me a bit, because it is very clear to me that, how do I describe this? That the English somehow still rule, because that is the main culture over here. They still rule over Britannia, except they are all Welsh. I don't know what happened there, but congratulations to the Welsh. They made a historic comeback. They truly, you know, are ruling again and made the English believe that being Welsh is being English. Good for them, I guess. But look at that. Gondor has restored the supremacy over 2 of our holy sites. Over, you know, beautiful Paris and then over beautiful Genevois. Let's make this happen. Maybe we should even go against the Empire itself, although we may still have a truce. Indeed we do. I think I want to gobble up these down here, right? We got to go against these fellas. This is a 250 prestige war, but I think I can... Actually, you know what? Let's go against Barry. Let's take Barry. That is an easy forced vassalization war, and that is 2 counties right here, so that is even better. Let's take that over. Let's make it happen. And this was a very easy war. There wasn't really much to see, and it is now officially over. He's my vassal. He's not very happy about it, but you know, what can he do about it? The answer, of course, is nothing. My main question here being, can I immediately end? I can. I can force vassalize all of Poitiers. Of course, this leaves us with a very powerful and very angry vassal underneath us. But I think we should be fine. I'm going to force vassalize you, and I'm going to be ruling over most of France once I am done with you. Beautiful. This is pretty much the dream. That is what I would call it at the very least. And we could have a very early battle here. Let's see, what are they doing? We're going to clash in Orléans. We can do that, sure. Let's clash in Orléans. Let's be ready to clash in Orléans. I shall command it myself. Actually, no. There was a minor inconvenience there. No, let's fight him in Orléans. I am ready. Check it out. And this pleases me, by the way. Who are you? My daughter. Right, I made you angry at me. That's okay. Why don't you matrilineally marry one of the Belgium Orange Nassau Weilburg house? Yeah, that sounds perfect, actually. We can probably push one of their claims and incorporate that into our realm, but look at this. This fight is over. Our dynasty prevails, and they don't. Poitiers will fall, much like everybody else has to bow before the king of Gondor. God, it feels good to be the king of Gondor, you know? Now I understand why Gondor was so happy at the end of the movies. Spoilers, I guess. And he passed away in 2572. King Aragorn did enough in his life to, you know, be heralded as a great king, I think. And now King Boromir is in charge, already 50 years of age, of course. And his oldest son, Aragorn, is 13. So that's quite the nice age, I think. And we lost a couple of titles here. As you can see, most of them went to the same exact person. Oh, King Arathorn died. Right, so here's how it went, by the way. I had to restart, or not restart the game. The game crashed in 2570 after we founded the Kingdom of Gondor, and I hadn't autosave, only saves every 5 years. I changed that setting now, but I had to replay a bit, and so I think he died in the war that I had to redo against the Swiss. He was already dead at that point. That is still something before I had to redo it. But we are now King Boromir, the Ring Bearer. Anyway, 50 years of age. This war will continue, and I think we shall also win this war. Of course, now he is considerably worse. His numbers are considerably worse. My god. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I'm gonna focus on warfare here, maybe. Or maybe I should focus on rulership. You know what? After all this time of not being a ruler, maybe he wants to be a good ruler, but then again, I mean, look at him. Brilliant strategist, unyielding, holy warrior, strong duelist, proud, chaste, honest, brave. I think he wants to go on, and he wants to spread the message of House Bonaparte. And of course, that is exactly what we shall do, and that is exactly what we will do. And you are now the Duke of Pas-de-Calais. Wait a minute, what titles am I holding on to? We have Troyes, Paris, Genevois, and Montfort-l'Amaury. So, down here, this castle. Okay, honestly, that's not too bad. We didn't lose too many dumb titles, or rather titles that are too good to lose. But we now have a family that rules over our region. I mean, look at you. We have Duke Walton of Pas-de-Calais. And then we have over here, of course, Duke Arathorn II of Grand Est. And we have Chief... There he is, yeah, Chief Ecthelion of Brie ruling in Brie. So, like, our family is through and through Gondor, which is pretty cool. I really like that. And I hope that we can keep it together. Whether we can that, whether he is the right guy to do it, we shall see. But I have a pretty good feeling so far. We have a special Great Stone Circle, huh? Hey, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna build a Great Stone Circle. How can I not do that, right? We are pagans, I guess we do that. You know what? If the Britons can have a stone circle, we will have a better one. Yeah, look at that. Theirs is in ruins. Stonehenge is destroyed. I will build my own stone circle right down here. Oh, and we are also actually a hero of the society. So the Fellowship of the Rings, we are one of the heroes, and we can call a legendary gathering. So you know what? I shall call it. Let's try to go on another Fellowship of the Ring adventure. And finally, the war that our father started comes to an end in the year 2573. Poitiers is officially a vassal of Gondor once more, and honestly, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking we can do better. I'm thinking we can go even further. We only have 7.3k troops, of course, but if I were to hire some people, if I were to recruit some people, why can't I do an invasion of Numenor? No, not like this. Wait, why can't I do it? Oh, I can reclaim Numenor against you, but not against Britannia. Wait, why? They clearly hold parts of Numenor. All of this land right here is without a doubt parts of Numenor, right? I think the clash against Dictator Gilbert will be for the next episode, but I think King Boromir the Ringbearer will push south. I think King Boromir the Ringbearer will take Aquitaine and suffocate the revolution, much like his ancestor Napoleon Bonaparte did, but that is a story for another day. So right now I just want to thank the members of the channel that are making videos such as this one possible, namely the Barons Aaron, Stefan, the Richest T, Snywolf, Emma, Mello, Thomas, Lachlan and Mitchell. Then of course also the Counts, Shifty, Wombat and Kazan, and last but not least the absolutely beautiful Duke, Suspicious Dark, Nathan, Knight of Squires, Kenneth, Lexo, Eric and Aiden. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel directly, it really means the world to me, and I will see all of you later, Alligator.